I went through a beautiful thing called disconnection jail. I thought we were not going to go through this today. I thought we were not going to go through this today, but we are. We are going through it today. I am so sorry, y'all. Ugh, this is annoying. At least I know what's going on here. It's not me at this point because this is a brand new computer. There's literally nothing on it. But yeah, disconnection jail. Disconnection jail. Bruh. But yeah, as I was saying, I could be talking out of my keister just saying this earlier because I'm not a psychological expert in any way. I don't know what your life is. I'm just a person. I'm just a person who has a lot of experiences that I'd like to share. I wouldn't call myself experienced per se because I'm only in my 30s, but there's a lot that I've gone through in these 33 years of life, and I just feel the urge to really share that. So, long story short, sugar plums, be really gentle with yourself. These are new people, new friends. One is silver, the other one's gold. You're gonna be okay, I think. Important thing is not to get too myopic in the vision, and know how to balance your energy. That's the important part that you got to keep in mind. Of course, your nervous system is trying to protect you. So all you're doing is teaching it to work the way it should, and go deep. So myopic, it's about the Y, so MYOPIC. It's kind of a medical term for like distorted vision or super narrowed vision, but it could be used metaphorically as well. But yeah, I'll message you all the stuff that I just said, and yeah, check it out. Give it a go. See what happens. And y'all feel free to follow up on my chats or other stuff, because I love hearing you guys telling stories. Like I did a reading for Momo about, was it a week, 2 weeks ago? Yes, anytime. It's good to see you back here. But yeah, I did a reading for Momo the other week, and his report was really cool, was to tell me like, hey, here's stuff. Okay, yeah, it's been about 2 weeks. I thought so. But yeah, the report that you gave me about that reading was pretty cool. So y'all don't be afraid to message me like what you guys experience after these readings, or play them back, or even just talk about it in my Discord server, Tandrasia's Magic Circle. So feel free to like share your stories, chat anytime, etc. And speaking of chatting, feel free to check out my social media and stuff. Literally tomorrow, there is gonna be a Discord listening party there. So if you want to chat experiences and stuff, please feel free to let me know. But I am a woo-woo lady. Why else am I here pulling cards? I'm woo-woo. And I've got some woo-woo stuff of my own to talk about this reunion I went through. But for right now, let's keep going. Yes, I remember that. But yeah, let's keep going. So Fern, aka Hallucinating Reality, you're next, my friend. And I got some pretty good energy today, so y'all feel free. Like, I could go on maybe until 10 or 11 p.m. I think it's until, or basically whenever Xfinity decides to act up, I'll keep going. So, So Fern, feel free to add your questions to the chat or to Discord, and we will get to it. And also, I really need to, like, now that I actually have the ability to do this, I really need to start, like, doing more live stuff in terms of one-on-one, because I know people really enjoy one-on-one readings. So I need to figure out a way to do that. Ah, good stuff coming up. Been in survival mode lately and as far back as ever, probably. So wondering when can I let my guard down again. Honestly, survival mode mood. Like that's been me for the past few weeks. So understandable. And especially that feeling of like, when can I let my guard down again? Laying the guard down again. That's, yeah. The first thing you definitely need to take care of is the burnout, for sure. Give yourself some moments to breathe, even if they're small. Get some sleep. Get a shower. Watch a comfort show. Draw, if you're so inclined to do so. Listen to a good piece of music. So do like small things to help it. Like maybe even step away from the phone for about 10 minutes. Walk outside. Obviously, if it's dark right now where you are and you're not safe to do that, wait till tomorrow. But small things to help the burnout will help. Like even journaling, or even like sometimes I would do this. Speak out voice notes. Speaking of voice notes, that's been really cathartic lately. So give yourself permission to actually emote, whatever that looks like. Sometimes it can look like as if you're flat at first, like you're just flat affecting, but eventually things will emerge. So providing a sense of safety, reminding yourself that you're safe, is a big one. So reestablishing that sense of safety within yourself is the first step I recommend already, because that'll make it easier to go deeper. In fact, how about we do this now? Let's establish a bit of safety in this environment right now. So let me put up the music a little bit. Take a deep breath here. Little bit of safety here. And I'm going to light up a little bit of this love incense here. Just get a nice little soothing atmosphere. Just take a little deep breath here. I can tell this is a very, very heavy period for you, Fern. I'm sorry. Hopefully this will give you a little bit of relief here. All right. One moment, sorry. Oh, but she'll be back. She'll be back. There we go. You are so welcome. All right. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of relief right there. And other stuff that I recommend, of course. Just try the things that you usually feel comfortable with. Yep. If you need your meds, take them. I certainly make sure I'm on top of my supplements because those are the things that keep me going. I believe in collaboration, not domination of one over the other. I do Reiki. Well, not do Reiki. I'm not a practitioner yet. I go to Reiki and I also go to the doctor. I do both. I see a spiritual advisor and I see a therapist. Oh, sorry. My mom's voice is catching on the mic. They've been really into soups lately. And they've been talking about like discounts they've been getting in the grocery store, which honestly, mood. I'll refine the noise suppression a little bit more with my mic. Like I'm still so new to this computer. Like there's like so much I don't know. But yeah, soup is love, soup is life, especially if you like brew it, like if you're cooking it for a while. It's something else. All right, Fern, I got 3 cards for you as well. Surprisingly, I'm keeping it simple today, but sometimes like 3 cards are all it takes and you go further. Especially the way my dad preps it, like he really throws stuff in there. All right. So first I've pulled for you, Fern. We got the star for you. But yeah, we got the star. So like clearly, I mean, whenever I see the star, it's kind of like a it's like a wish granted card or a desire. Like these are the desires that I want to honor at this time. These are things that you want to bring to the forefront at this time, etc. Clearly there's been a lot that you've wanted. From what I remember from everything that you've told me up until this point. Oh, that's your signifier. That's incredible, actually. That's your signifier. So, yeah, clearly that's you. Clearly that's you. Y'all, I scare myself sometimes with how accurate my pulls can be sometimes. Like, y'all have seen me. I surprise myself with how deep I can get. But I have to remember, like, I've been working at this for a while, so I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I still am. It's like cooking. Like how you do the same recipe every time, but then you still kind of get shocked by like how good it comes out anyway, even though you know you've done it several times. You've read the book. You know the theory of how this works, and yet you still get surprised by it. That's me in cards. That's me in cards. But yeah, there's probably a lot that you've been wishing for and you've been wanting to come true. I mean, just the way you asked the question. Yeah, I know. They're usually like it's usually like right on it, but yeah. You came in later than usual. I'm surprised. Let me see what the other cards are here for you, Fern. Let's see what we got. So we got the 9 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. Okay. So okay, I see what's going on here. So, with the Knight of Wands, usually when I come across that card, it's usually about that one last push to victory. One last one last push to success. And it feels like that's all you've been doing, has been pushing towards progress, and you're tired. Like, that's what from what I can tell, both based on the message you gave me and what I'm pulling here, it's like you've been pushing so much that, like, you're tired. It's like Sisyphus. Pushing up the boulder, only for it to roll down. You have to keep pushing it up. Mood. Honestly, mood. Totally understandable why you feel that way. So, it's like you're really close to something, but it's like you're tired. I could totally tell that you're exhausted here. So, the Knight of Cups, I'm feeling like, is the one big approach that you can use to get to the other side of this wall that you're having. Because I'm feeling like the cup in this picture here. Let me zoom in. The cup in this picture, I feel like, is like the aspiration. And even the way the star is portrayed in this card as well, it's very ocean oriented with the way, like, the koi fish, the koi are on the bottom. And there's even a unicorn on here. Unicorn of an opportunity right here. So, I'm feeling like, to make it easier on yourself, to make it easier on yourself, to get to that aspiration, I'm feeling emotional nurturing of joy will make it easier to start opening up to the world again. It's a little hard to say when, because, I mean, I'm not that kind of reader, at least not yet. For this timesheet that I got here, there's the court cards here. Nine of Wands. That's around Sagittarius season, around December 3rd, between December 3rd and 12th. Nine of Cups. It was saying between around Pisces season, between February 19th and March 20th. I don't know if any of that's true or not. This is why I don't do dates. I don't do dates. Oh, thank you, Momo. Bless you. But yeah, I don't really do dates for this reason, because sometimes some things just have their natural timeline, that it just happens. And sometimes when you, excuse me, sometimes when you do readings like these, it could speed up the timeline or slow it down, or make it non-existent, for all I know. But yeah, the biggest vibe I'm getting for you, Fern, to get through this burnout period and to be able to open up to the world again, is allowing yourself to have some emotional nurturance. First, to give yourself a sense of safety, like we just did earlier. And secondly, okay, this how do I phrase this? There's a couple of permission slips that I feel the need to give you right now. Number one is, it's okay to want things. It's okay to want things and go for them. Like, if you felt held back to be able to do those things, please go for them. Please go for them. And yeah, Yeah, if you've been wanting something for a long time, but love all that is holy, please go for them. Don't hide them under your pillow. Let yourself go for them. And secondly, the biggest thing of all, please feel everything you need to feel. Don't force yourself. If you feel angry, get angry. Articulate what it is that feels unjust. The biggest issue I sometimes have with some manifestation communities is that there's a sense of like you have to be like this certain emotion, which I think thankfully a lot of modern esoteric thinkers and spiritual people have started kind of fighting back against that, which I really appreciate. But the biggest thing that I get frustrated with sometimes is like there's a sense of like I have to be this certain emotion, or I have to be this certain being, or a certain way in order to be able to live the life that I want to lead. And y'all, we're humans. We change all the time. We change with the tides. I mean, for us women in AFABs, we literally do that. So why do we, I mean, even our men and AMABs here, and our NBs too, pretty much everybody, we go with the tides. Like, we're going to be changed. We change every day, every minute. Like, even me, like, I'm gonna reveal something here. There's been a bit of a discrepancy, like a very big paradox that I've been going through, because I think partially the reason why I haven't really been, excuse me, talking about my off streaming life as much as I used to, and even my writing, I haven't been doing as much as I want to do. There's a couple of things that's been happening. It's because, well, number one, it's been kind of hard to articulate things until recently. So keep an eye out on my Substack, thirdnerd.substack.com. I have working on stuff. I've been working on stuff for quite a while, so keep an eye out for that. So it's number one. But number two, which I think is the bigger reason, there's a huge paradox going on between my on-camera life and my off-camera life that I haven't been able to really talk about until recently. Because I feel like right here, when I'm right here, it feels like even though this is a live scenario where basically anything and everything could happen, and I mean literally anything and everything could happen, it's been pretty good here. It's been really good here. I've been really happy being able to see you guys, even with all the technical difficulties that I've had up until this point, all the issues I've been having until this point. This has been pretty good. Like, the fact that I even got this laptop at all to work with is a blessing. It's a huge blessing. I will never stop saying thank you for this opportunity. And for y'all showing up, I'm always going to be perpetually grateful that I have the life that I have now because of you guys. And yet, off camera has been really difficult. Trying to find a second job to like maintain all this. And I've been going through bouts of situational depression of like, how am I supposed to manage all this? All these changes. Confronting the fact that I am getting older, and some doors are closing unless I'm a certain way, or doing a certain task, etc. And there's been even spiritual evolution and frustrations I've been dealing with off camera as well, that I don't know how I've been able to express it until now for you guys to like, at least something that you can like take away. And even I need to say this. I absolutely need to say this to you right now. This may be, you might find it relevant to the reading, Fern, you might not, but I feel like I need to say this. At least for my own catharsis here. I mean, this is my channel after all, but still. It is your reading though. So feel free to take this with a grain of salt. The biggest fear I often have, and I think especially it popped up more and more as I started monetizing my skills via my coffee page and this site. It's funny I say that and the coffee link just popped up. Oh my gosh. But the biggest fear that I have been dealing with, that I've had since day one, practically day one of holding this deck, is me being like a spiritual hypocrite of some sort. That I'm this spiritual monster, like what's been recently emerging with like the Teal Swans, the Mel Robbinses, the Jay Shettys, the Deepak Chopras. I get terrified that I might secretly be one of those terrible people. Even though I know that through all the work that I've done, all the studying that I've done, all like you guys telling me what you experience, and all the friends and the family that I've had the pleasure of doing this stuff for, I know it's not true, and yet I still carry that fear. I still carry that kind of humility that I have to carry over my shoulder. And so lately, and I think this is where it ties into you, Fern, I think. Lately, I have been learning to carry it all. Both the good parts of me and the shadow parts of me. Where, like, the degeneracy and the sainthood. Being able to carry all this in one person. In this one being that we have right here. And so tying back to what I've been talking about earlier about like permission slip to be able to express all that pain, all that frustration, then also permission to, like, when you feel that joy, when you feel that happiness, when you feel that connection with someone or something beyond yourself, feel it genuinely. Feel it genuinely. Get excited about it genuinely. Because it's there for a reason. It's there for a reason. Oh God. Yeah, that can certainly contribute to burnout for sure. That can certainly contribute to a lack of safety. Bullseye. But yeah, allow yourself to dream, my friend. Allow yourself to dream again. Allow yourself to receive those dreams because they're there for a reason. Yeah, of course. Because, I mean, I really want to let you know, you guys, that you're not alone in this. Like, I kind of consider myself a student teacher or a teacher student. More so the latter, like emphasis on student, because I feel like I'm a student. I'm a student of life, and all I'm telling you guys is things that I think deep down you already know, but also to show that, like, even in this hot seat of pulling cards for you guys, you're not alone in your experience. You're not alone in learning all this stuff. I'm learning too. I'm learning constantly. Yeah, from whatever you like with that experience, it's not your fault. Like, your caregivers, like the people that are supposed to take care of you, they failed. And my heart breaks for that. And I hope you're in a better space where you can finally have the care that you probably didn't have when you were in that space. And I hope this reading certainly contributed towards being able to do that. or at least paving the way to make it easier. But yeah, continue listening to your intuition. That's one piece of advice I can absolutely give you, because like your gut never steers you wrong. Your mind can play so many tricks, but your gut just never lies. This never lies. Follow this. Sometimes you got to use this too, but follow this for a little bit and see what happens. So that's what I got for you, Fern. I hope that answered your question. Y'all be gentle with yourselves. Absolutely. You're welcome. You are so welcome. And I have a YouTube channel as well. Well, two technically. DJ MK Off the Air, which is where I back these up. Don't apologize for cats. Are you kidding me? Those furry butts need their love too. Do what you gotta do, bud. Don't apologize for pets, okay? Like, those animals are here for a reason. They are here for a reason, so take care of them. I mean, I may not be like an official cat lady per se, but I have a little crystal cat familiar on my desk that I've been having since February. She's been a constant companion. Her name's Luna. And yes, as in Luna from Sailor Moon. She's been a very good reminder of that convention. Because I also went to a Bastet ritual when I was in DC. And funnily enough, he lives in my home state. He lives in my home state, but like, it was the first time actually attending a ritual by him, and it was really profound. And I basically have like all the convention items on like my tray on my desk, and it's been a constant reminder of like the things that I experienced through that convention, all the things that I learned from there. And I'm still learning stuff. Like, I learned what felt like decades of stuff in those 4 days I was there. If you want to experience time compression, go to that convention. It's called Sacred Space, and this year it was combined with a second convention called Between the Worlds. And Between the Worlds happens during very important astrological junctions, and so the next one's not happening until 2030, so several years from now. But Sacred Space happens every year, so I'll paste it in the chat. But yeah, Sacred Space is pretty cool. And then I don't know if the schedule's still up from like the conference that happened this year, but it was really good. It was really, really good. I recommend it. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste it. So this is Sacred Space. And then, okay, it still has the combined, the schedule is no longer on here. But it'll give you information when the next one occurs. They don't combine it all the time, but sometimes they do. And this year they did. So here's all the conventions, like the conventions I went to this year. I went with Evelyn Rose and a bunch of other UUs, and it was so much fun. So much fun, and I learned so much. They recommend it more so for intermediate practitioners. But there are some beginner stuff there too. There's some beginner stuff too. And then if you check the other events tag, they will show stuff outside the East Coast as well. And other conventions that you can go to. Like, it's actually this one happening in Portland literally in the next few days. Spirit Northwest. And then there's a couple happening in the summer. I'm not going to be able to go to either one of them because I'm going to be prepping for Japan. But yeah. Yeah, there's if you have never been to a pagan pride festival or a spiritual conference of some kind, I highly recommend going at least once. And this one in particular is very, these two in particular have been very grassroots because a lot of elders, spiritual elders, have run these conventions. So they really know what they're talking about. So yeah, go check those out if you can. If you have, and they are so accommodating too. If you have disabilities of any kind, they are really accommodating, especially Sacred Space. They were so good about that. So if you have any mobility issues, if you're deaf, hard of hearing, blind, etc., they will accommodate you. They were so accommodating. So go check them out. Please go check them out. And if you have any recommendations in terms of speakers they should have in the future, they opened up their Google Forms. So if you want to recommend people to them, shoot them an email. They're always looking for feedback. They're always looking for volunteers as well, and that covers admission. There are many ways you can come into this thing, so please go for it when you can. And I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I attended it for the very first time this year. I didn't vlog any of it. I just wanted to experience what it was. And it was really worth it. Maybe the second time I go, I'll vlog it. But this one, I really wanted to just experience it for myself, and it was wonderful. It's knowing why now learn that everyone significant other on the other side and mine has been cheating. That people who care about me have been fixing her through me. Yeah, I admit, I've never heard of stuff like this before. And, I mean, I've heard of, soulmates and, twin flames and stuff. Not to be confused with Twin Flames Universe. We are not endorsing them, okay? There's a pretty good there's a couple pretty good documentaries about them that I've been watching about it, but, I think they basically screwed up they screwed up the concept of soulmates for a lot of people. And yeah, I'm especially concerned about the people who have ended up in their orbit because I see. So there's two of them. There's two of them. One on Netflix, one on Amazon. And they're both good for different reasons. I feel like the Amazon one was better. The Amazon one was better in terms of covering the backstory of the cult, and then I feel like the Netflix one was better in terms of covering the consequences of what happened to its adherents. There's one person that's in both docs that was pretty interesting, but yeah, I'll type them both down. So the first one is Desperately Seeking Soulmate, which is on the Amazon, and then the other is Escaping Twin Flames. I know both companies are problematic right now, but they had some pretty good docs. And I think what made it especially hard with this one, I don't know why I thought about this, but I think what especially made it difficult with this one is because they basically portrayed themselves as being queer affirming. They portrayed themselves as being queer and trans affirming, but then what they're actually doing is endorsing the binary, like enforcing the binary in a different context. Like, they're making people transition. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about that. Because like, on the one hand, some people may have actually found that it actually conformed to what they felt all along. In that case, good for them. I hope that they found the truth. But on the other, I hope that they found that some comfort with that. And yet, on the other hand, though, the way they've been going about it, it's like it keeps endorsing the binary, like the gender binary. So it just makes it so iffy. Especially since the group had a lot of cis women. So, yeah, check out the documentaries I listed and then let me know what you think about the situation. But yeah, I could tell it's clear that it's a cult. I could totally tell it's a cult right there. But yeah, it's just the way they went down. It just felt so iffy. But yeah. So Cal's question. Yeah, another reading that confirms all this, but specifically how your grandpa of this world is also in on this and says, yes, magic can confirm this reading. Need a second opinion. And yeah, absolutely. You have to stay away. You need to stay away from them. Especially like the negative definition of cults. Because I mean, technically all spiritualities are cults, but like there's the old school definition of cult where it's like mystery school, United Spirituality, that kind of stuff. And then there's like the cults that like think like Jonestown, the People's Temple, like Elizabeth Clare Prophet, that kind of stuff. And then your mileage may vary depending on what religion or spirituality you're talking about. And there's actually a course that I almost took in Harvard that talks about the psychology of cults. It kept on Heaven's Gate. That was the other thing I was trying to remember. Thank you. But yeah, there's actually a really good course by Harvard about the psychology of cults. I really wanted to take that one, but it kept getting waitlisted because so many people signed up for it. That was one thing I wish I got a chance to do. That was something I wish I got a chance to do when I was there. Maybe in another life. Or, you know, there's like a special scholarly section. Like if you don't have to be part of the university or anything, but you could be a scholar, like a participating scholar in the university, and you could just like take a course without having to go for a degree or anything. Non-degree scholar, that's what it's called. You could do it that way. That's another way you can do it, is taking that course. And well, they have a thing called Harvard Extension where you're taking legit Harvard courses, but for a discounted rate. And it's basically their continuing ed division. And no doubt that course is probably on there. So give that a go. Give that a go and see what happens. But yeah, I will see, Kel, if like what comes up on that spiritual realm front. Like, I mean, y'all give me some pretty interesting questions, and I appreciate it because it feels like it gives me a chance to flex my spiritual muscles and let's see how far they go. Because I know for sure dates are not my forte. At least like tarot wise, they're not my forte per se. But I've been really wanting to get this deck called Say When, which will actually give me dates and seasons. So at least like if people ask me about that, I could be like, oh wait, I have an oracle deck that covers this. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. I've been eyeing that for a little bit. And the interesting thing is that like the design is based on like East Asian calendars too, like it's East Asian old school calendars, which I'm already a fan of. So Ah, I see. Yeah, the other thing you have to keep in mind, Kel, as well, with like this kind of stuff, is that, especially if you remember the Aztec, like those, like the Aztec concept of like multiple worlds and the cosmic law. If you ever try the Harvard courses, I really recommend this professor, David Carrasco. He actually got featured in a Toni Morrison documentary called The Pieces I Am. I am doing all the media recs today. Hope you enjoy. He told me some behind the scenes stuff. She got to select the people that she wanted interviewed for the documentary. So like she picked various people. Prophet Carrasco was one of them. Another one was Oprah Winfrey. And then there was like I think Angela Davis is also in there too. Like she picked a bunch of people for this documentary, and it's super well rounded. And in particular, so getting back to the cosmic law thing with Prophet Carrasco, the biggest thing you gotta remember when it comes to these world-ending things that you talk about, Cal, the important thing you have to remember is that it might not be literal. Most of the time, it really isn't. I mean, even I know y'all might be sensitive to this, but I think about it quite a lot recently. I mean, I grew up Catholic, so I can't help it. I'm not one of those Bible thumping evangelical Catholics. Not like that, but there are some verses I do think about, and there's always that part about Jesus saying that my kingdom is not of this world. It's not about the literal stuff down here. It's about how we treat each other and how we bring heaven down to earth. How we watch out for the marginalized. How we take care of each other as a community. We are made in God's image. So, in a way, we are acting out God's will by taking care of each other, by loving each other, and working hard to make sure we don't succumb to hate. At least that's how I see it anyway. Your mileage may vary, but that's how I see it. World creating. Interesting. I mean, that's very Aztec. That's very like cosmic law when you put it that way too. Because I kind of learned about this through, funnily enough, a typing program called Mavis Beacon teaches typing. They had this section in there where you could like type out world mythologies. And it had this talk about like the Mayan worlds, where you go from this to the next world, and usually something pretty epic happens, like maybe like a natural disaster or something. But there's always talk about next worlds that would just keep evolving afterwards. And it even shows in their excuse me. It even shows in their calendars too, really interestingly enough. I mean, 2012, we got the new Mayan calendar because that cycle ended. So a new world technically got created with the end of that calendar. And we're changing worlds all the time. We're making new worlds all the time with like New Year's or holidays, etc. I mean, even just within a day, I'm sorry to get metaphysical here, but even like every day, in essence, even though we're carrying over knowledge from one day to the next, we're making new worlds every day. Like something that maybe would have felt like yesterday might have been several years ago. And then something that was actually yesterday could feel distant. So, yeah. So maybe that already might answer some of your question, but I pulled out 4 cards for you, Cal. Yeah, I certainly felt this way during the reunion because I went to mass. They had a mass before brunch. Um and I did choir for I did the school choir for 7 years. Even longer if you include even my Montessori school days. And it was so fun. It was so eerie. Okay. So there were all like pretty much all the songs I did at this mass, I knew it like the back of my hand. Like the binder was right in front of me, even though it was just paper. And it was so funny. Like I sang these songs like as if I had never left the school. Like that's how good my music teacher was, but also I just felt so at home in the choir. Even though spirituality wise, I've expanded beyond. I feel like I've expanded beyond Catholicism. I consider myself an omnist nowadays. So it's not like a complete departure from Catholicism, but it's not just Catholicism anymore, if you catch my drift. And yeah, I just felt so at home with that choir. And I sang every single song, every single song, every single note, every single harmony. I still had it memorized, even though it had been 15 years since I had last done those songs like that. Several times in Carbon of Neteru. It's why Discord name is Mesa. Oh, that was you. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for breaking that down. I was wondering. But yeah, like it felt like I never left, even though it'd been 15 years since I stepped into that campus proper, like for a longer period like that. But yeah, I sang like it was second nature. At one point, it feels like at one point I was singing standing up, and then it took me like maybe like 5 minutes. I was like, "Oh wait, I'm not part of the choir anymore. I shouldn't be standing up." I sat down and continued singing, but I was like, "Oh." But the congregation didn't mind. They didn't mind. If anything, they kind of enjoyed it. But But yeah, look up Omnis. Like a good number, like a number of celebrities like claim the title. Chris Martin from Coldplay, he's one. I think. Well, she's more goddess spirituality, but Olivia Dukakis was one. Ellen Burstyn is a big one, and there's a poem that like from the 19th century that first used the term Omnist, and when I came across it, I was like, that makes so much sense to me. The only theology, like literal theology, that maybe comes close to that philosophy is Unitarian Universalism. I see. Yeah, I admit, being in my 30s has been so weird. Like, 15 years ago does not feel like 15 years ago to me. Even though the lockdown has very much screwed up my sense of time. So, like, part of me is still in my 20s a little bit, but then I'm also very aware that, like, I'm in my 30s. It's weird. But let me get to your reading, Cal. I've been talking your ear off, you guys. Oh, you're eclectic. Sweet. Yeah, I kind of lean towards eclectic as well. Even though I feel like for most of us, at least here in the States or in the West in general, like it tends to be like a little bit of Wicca and then eventually offshoots, unless you happen to be from like an Obia / voodoo background, voodoo background, or something, or brujeria. So let me see what I got for you, Kel. I was talking your ear off for a while. Thank you so much for your patience. Hopefully an ad's not coming up soon. I can probably double check. Are you Twitch? Which, sir? Okay. Yeah, we're good on the ads front, thankfully. So continuing on. Here's what I pulled for you. So, pulled a card. It's the Fool. Check it out. And it was the first one, too. I keep thinking about the song, The Fool, with Queen Herbie and Thought Squad. But yeah, there's going to be a new horizon coming up here. For sure. There's something new coming up. Here's a call for you to explore it. We got the Two of Pentacles. Ah, I see. Yeah, I actually got recently encouraged to explore like New Orleans voodoo. I mean, I'm a diasporan, so but like I'm not a descendant of slavery. I'm a descendant of continentals. So technically I shouldn't be I felt like as if I should be exploring it, but everyone's saying like, no, you're a descendant of the original people where it came from, so if anything, you actually should be exploring it more. Especially since you were born in the United States. So it's like, I'm thinking like, if it's like my time to go there, I'm open to it. And there have been some Orishas that have entered into my life. And I suspect that one of my ancestors might have been a practitioner of some kind. It's my guess that there might have been an ancestor or a past life where somebody did it. But anyway, getting back to the reading here. Two of Pentacles. So, oftentimes when I come across this card, it's about energetic balance, trying to achieve an energetic balance of some sort. And especially of like a practical or material duality, I tend to see it as. And it's like, it's just grappling of like, how do I balance these two things? How do I make sure things are in motion, that I'm not like super fixed? Like, especially when it comes to spiritual things, there's like this kind of fear of like, there's a fear of like being too fixed. And hello, I love robots. Feel free to join the queue. We got some time. Come on in. So if you want to join the queue, just type !join and you will get in the queue for a reading if you're in the mood. Thank you. All right. So, getting back to the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, there's clearly an energetic balance you're trying to achieve with everything you described to me up until this point. So, in terms of the other cards, let's find out what they are. So we got two more. Excuse me. We got the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So the two things that stand out for me in terms of the situation that you just described to me. I see. So the first thing is seeing the bigger picture, especially intuitively and emotionally, like making sure you see the entire picture of what's going on around you. It doesn't have to be a perfect picture, but it's a picture that you can work with. So I just realized you even mentioned that. You said, I'm trying to form a whole picture to be precise. So you're already doing that. So that's a good thing that you're doing. So keep working on that picture, filling in the gaps. And the second thing that for the Ace of Pentacles, this one's about the abundance of possibility and the promise of flourishing and well-being and reaping the rewards. be it of hard work or something else. Is it the entire picture of the world in, or the picture of the stuff happening in the background with the woo-woo stuff? I'm leaning towards the second one, but let me see. Let me shuffle one more card just to get a little bit of clarification. Anyway, card. Okay. Actually, it might be more the first one, actually, because I got the Empress. And the Empress, whenever I come across that one, it's about worldly generosity, wanting to be nurturing, especially the way that she's sending out the butter. I feel like she's sending it, depending on how I look at it some days, it looks like she's like sending out the butterflies to like bless the world, essentially. And to get sustenance from the sun. Yeah, because I'm feeling like it's the first one, actually. Looking at that. Because it's about creativity, because according to this, the Empress is about creativity, generosity, patience, and love. The Empress is about abundance, expressing the senses and embracing the natural. She's a creator. She's the primal essence and embodiment of life, as is deeply tied to nature. So I'm feeling like very much there's a call for, I mean, like 2 Pentacles and the Empress and the Fool. But especially the Pentacles and the Empress is really calling you to ground, from what I'm feeling. Like, you need to like park yourself a little bit in the present right now, because right now it feels very airy, and then it'll make it easier for like the Fool and the King of Cups to make more sense. I think like those energies to make more sense. And you literally took the words out of my mouth. Like, go do what you gotta do. Ground, pet your kitties, do what you gotta do. But yeah, feel free to talk about it on Discord whenever you want. But yeah, I'm just feeling like it's feeling like the entire picture of the world that you're in. A little bit of the latter with the woo-woo stuff, but more so the world you're in right now. Because I'm starting to feel more and more when I look at these cards is that, yeah, especially with the Fool and the King of Cups, there's kind of a risk of getting like too swept up in like what's supposed to come, that you're gonna forget what's here and now. So I'm feeling very strongly there's an importance to ground a little bit at this point, and then it'll make it easier to deal with the forces that have been coming into play recently. So I don't know if that affirmed what you've been looking for, Kel, but that should at least give you the first hints as to where to look in terms of that. Hopefully that answered your question. I know it felt a little windy with the way I was talking about it earlier, but yeah, I'm feeling like there's a call for you to ground your energy right now, and then that'll make the answers easier to come up. Yeah, anytime. Like, I think... Okay, good. You got Tiger's Eye, great. So, yeah, I say ground yourself and use your instincts for discernment. That's the other thing that I'm getting, especially with the King of Cups and the Fool, is you need to use your instincts for discernment, because sometimes, especially if something's repeating, you gotta discern where the message is coming from. Because sometimes it could also be, especially if you're feeling ungrounded, the repeating may be a way of trying to get some semblance of control. And it might be distorting the message that's actually supposed to come up for you. So go get grounded, do what you gotta do, take a breather, and then it should make it easier to discern what's actually going on. Yeah, Mama Bass does not play no fool. All right. So, yeah. Yeah, thank you for jumping in, Cal. And thank you for being one of the first ones to tune in, by the way. I accidentally started the stream early when I was still setting up this thing, but I'm glad. You know what? I'm kind of glad because, I mean, you got to come over and at least, like, get some question answered. So hopefully that answers your question. So, up next, we got Starry Momo. Thank dog. Go ahead, ask away. And listen, y'all, if my rates end up being too much for you, I am also open to a reduced rate skill exchange. That's what I've been doing recently. So I do portraits as well in real life, and those emotes. I like the frog one, it's cute. But anyway, I've been doing like a skill exchange recently. So if my prices on coffee end up being too much for you, donate what you can afford and then mention like whatever listing you want plus skill exchange, and we'll work something out. I have a business email. I also have a Discord. DM me or message me on the Tarot Q's and Q's what your skill exchange is. We'll work something out. Because the biggest thing that I don't want to continue to perpetuate in this society is this sense of not being able to afford necessary spiritual service or advice. And so I do not want finances to be a barrier. And that's the thing that I have a problem with in terms of the society sometimes, is like people putting a wall I mean, if you want to. I mean, I could still just talk about it. But yeah, sure, if you want. If you want to. And I Love Robots, thanks for the follow. And thanks for the bits. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I could just talk about it. But if you want to coffee it, you're totally welcome to. And that's the other thing I'm trying to get used to as well, is that maybe in college I was able to like kind of get away with just doing like the little, like one action over the other. Of course, doing Momo first. Of course, I will do Momo first. And also, I Love Robots as well. But yeah, like, I'm still trying to get used to the fact that I'm getting paid for this. And I realize that it's also it's kind of in a way a modern replacement for back in the ancient times where entire temple structures and social structures were in place to make sure people were not impoverished when it came to spiritual work, that people were sustained when they did spiritual work. So, and oh God, yeah, I remember Green Mile. That's a movie with Tom Hanks, right? And yeah, I definitely need to do some energetic cleansing too. Definitely that as well, because I'm going through a lot. But Yeah, that's the other thing is I know it's a replacement for like old temple structures where the community supported these readers or these priestesses or priests. Not that it's not here anymore. It still is, albeit in very organized circumstances. But for those who are of alt spiritualities, like what we're doing here, it's not in place for us anymore. So we've had to get creative. And oftentimes it was through this. But now it's kind of doing the opposite problem, where like people who come from like more traditional alt spiritualities, like some of the stuff I mentioned earlier, like Candomblé, Santeria, etc., they're getting priced out of the rituals that kept them going. Indigenous peoples, especially, they're getting adversely affected by being priced out of their own practices. And their practices were illegal at one point. I mean, some of them still are, but the things that are more mainstream, like entheogens, psychedelics, for example, people are getting priced out. And so that was the other fear I had with monetizing, was not only losing the focus of why I do it, but also I get scared that I'm going to contribute to the problem of people not being able to afford this. You know what I mean? And that's why I do the Twitch streams. So that way, that's not a barrier to people. But with that said, I say it's every stream now. Whether you're a poor nerd or a rich nerd, you are always welcome at my table. That is never going away. Whether I decide to charge later or I drop the charging services once I get myself a bit more safe financially. Whatever you want to exchange, that works for me. So that's why I've been doing recently. I kind of realized that I can't really do like the totally free option anymore, but I also don't want to contribute to the problem of spirituality being behind a paywall. So skill exchanges have been coming up recently. So if you want to donate or pay for one of my one-on-one services, you're always welcome. But of course, with you showing up to my live streams, that's already a huge part of helping me. Because the ads, which one's going to happen in just about a minute, that was perfect, honestly. Just looking at that. An ad's about to happen in a minute, that's already paying towards my bills. I had my first royalty check. It did go to it. Like I said earlier, it did end up going towards like the cost for my reunion. But hey, it was money well worth spending to be able to reunite with the people that I loved back in high school. Even further with some people as well. So yeah, I'm realizing more and more this stuff is like energy exchange. Really. Sorry for talking so long about this, but like I've been thinking about this a lot when it comes to producing stuff. And I guess in a way it ties back into Momo's question too, about like being uninspired with game developing and seeing what the universe has to say about that. Similarly, I have moments where I kind of get stuck with the videos. Welcome. You missed like the juiciest part of the conversation too. I was talking about energy exchanges and finances. But yeah, it's been 2 hours. But yeah, an ad's about to pop up, so we'll let the ad pass, and then we'll get to Momo's reading. Oh god, I think I might need a moment. It's okay. Oh yeah, you're subbed. That's right. That's right. You're subbed. I can just keep going. You're right. So to my non-subbed people, apologies, but but yeah, shout out to Evelyn Rose. She's been doing live streams of her own recently, and she does like these like if you want to like get more of the practitioner side of things, like how to do it yourself. She has courses about that. And then if you also want like a Q&A of like your own experiences about readings, she has streams every Monday and Saturday. And we have an in real life event that's happening tomorrow, which I'll explain in a little bit. Towards the end, since we got like a couple of people, and of course, Av, if you want to jump in, you're welcome to. The queue's open still, so like I'm in a really good energetic space right now. All right, so Momo, let's help your game development. What piece of advice can we give you? And whew, this is clearly calling your energy right. It's your energy right here for what I'm feeling here. The Five of Pentacles. I feel like the colorful stained glass is your project, and this is you right here on the bottom. Add temple. On Saturdays, it's add temple. And then Sundays, it's add church. But yeah, Momo. Yeah, this is clearly the energy that I think you're feeling. Like, the project, like, the game feels like up here, and then, like, you're right here trying to figure out what to do. That's hilarious. Yeah, people see deities in very interesting ways. Ah, that would do it. Okay. Is that even worth it? Is it even worth it at that point? Alright, we got 30 seconds. So, let me see what these cards here. Wow, I bet it makes absolutely no sense for the people who are just jumping in. Oh gosh. That is hilarious. Whee! Okay. Let me get one clarifier for this one card here. Okay, Momo. So here's what we got for you for your reading about your project. So first two cards I'm gonna read for you. Okay. Alright, so first are two cards, besides the Five of Pentacles that jumped out here. First, we got the Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. So... Three of Cups and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I'm feeling some social nourishing might be warranted right now. I say like plan a hangout with some people and celebrate what you've accomplished up until this point, because especially when like you feel frustrated about how a project is going sometimes, or when you feel stuck, sometimes it might be worth taking the time to appreciate the progress you have made up until this point, because it can be so easy to get stuck in the frustration that you forget the accomplishments. that could certainly happen when like when you're trying to change a paradigm in your life too. So that's one part of it. And then the Page of Cups. Cups are emotions and intuition, at least to me. And Pages and Knights, they're kind of like leaping before they look, asking for forgiveness rather than permission. And it's very important, especially to remind yourself of why you do the game, why you're doing the game in the first place. And why you wanted to design it. Because when you forget the motive, it makes it so much harder to continue to get through like the slog part of work sometimes. Or just why you even got into it. So the whys that I was talking about with Peaches, with plums. Sorry, plums. There we go. Mix up my stone fruits for a second. Devlog, yeah. A devlog is a good thing to have, because like then I can give you history of like what you've improved and what you need to fix. But yeah, as I was talking about sugar plums earlier, writing down some whys might be helpful to help you remember like the steam of the project, like why you've been working so hard at it in the first place. That way, this doesn't feel so far away from you anymore. It feels more present. And then, okay, so I also pulled the 10 and 5 of swords. The 10 came first and then the 5. And the question that always comes up with the swords is victory at what cost? And the 10s, it's like you're cutting away at the BS and it's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's like exhausting. The saying, death by 1,000 cuts? Yeah. Especially when it comes to the swords, it's like you're really staring at the truth in the face. And 5 of swords, that's about like conflict of interest usually, or conflict of thoughts or values. In essence, at least like in one way, it's kind of like expectations versus reality. And very much about that makes so much sense when you just put that down. Yeah. I think you got hyper focused on how it looked. You forgot about why you're doing it in the first place. So definitely a call for balance here. For one, that's big. Yeah, but like Eureka! Dude. I think it was a classic case of have a hangout. I remember why you did it in the first place. You might need to step away from the desk a little bit. Oh man, dude, I think you might have overworked. Yeah, I think you might have overworked. So take some time to step back and remember why you're doing it. And also just resolve whatever conflicts that you got. So that's important. And then I got the lovers for you as well. I really pull this one nowadays, but yeah, the lovers. That's about harmony. Oh, listen, I got Capricorn placement. Some pretty sticky Capricorn placements. But yeah, the lovers. It's about harmony and harmony and energy and love and passion. It doesn't necessarily have to be romance. It could be like passion for a project, passion for life, etc. And determining those values. And that's what you need to do right now with this recharge period. Now that you know that you've been hyper focused on like the external reputation, which I mean, that's natural because I mean, that's part of being human. But right now you need to like put the externalizing and ground it into something that you can actually use. So take some time after this stream, whether it's right after or maybe once you get some sleep, to reestablish the values that you want to express in your game, as well as your working style. Yeah, reestablish the mentality, reestablish those feelings. Reestablish that connection with your skills and your intuition. And then I think things will start clicking back into place with your gaming project again. But I mean, I'm glad it at least helped you with that aha moment. I mean, you are a magical being yourself. You know what you're doing. In terms of your computing and your cards. I've gotten readings from you before. So you got this, bud. You got this. Whenever you have a co-working stream next, let me know. Let me know. I will tune in. 18 plus writing. Yeah, take care of yourself, bud. Schedule a hangout while you're at it. Go do yourself a favor. Schedule a hangout. Put it on your calendar. Take it as seriously. Take it as seriously as you do a doctor's appointment, or your job. Yeah, I think we're over. Yeah, I think maybe we should probably start a writing circle of some sort. What do you think? Let me know. But yeah, in terms of last in the line, we got I Love Robots 1, 2, 3. It's you and me. It's easy as ABC. If you're still here, since you're hi, you're next. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I think are you new to this channel? Yes, you are new to this channel. So there's a few ways you can communicate your question. You can put it in the chat, you can DM me on Discord, or you can join my Discord server, Tondersia's Magic Circle, and you can type it in the Tarot Q's and Q's thread. Which reminds me, I need to like send Sugar Plums my stuff. I don't have a command for Discord just yet. I'm still working on it. But it's literally linked in my profile. If you just scroll down a little bit, you'll see it. It's right there. Oh, thanks, Cal. Thank you, Cal. I just noticed that the link almost spelled out hypno. Just flip the letters a little bit. Although I see like the QQ, like it kind of reminds me like the it reminds me of an emoji. Yeah, crying hypno. Crying hypno. That's so true. Okay, so I love robots. I'm just going through the chat here since my message disappeared. I still need to figure out how to like change my restream chat. But anyway, I do mental managing and want you to rent out. Okay, I see what you're saying. You want to rent out to somebody. I'm assuming AD is the name of the person. Is he a good person to rent to? I can give a scan of the person's vibe. I can't presume, like, if you, like, I think the best way you'll be able to tell is to, like, trust your instincts and maybe see the person first before you rent it out to this person. So that's the first thing I recommend immediately is trust that. That being said, I will pull like a general energetic scan and maybe something to keep in mind, something that you can keep in mind as you're finding the ideal renter. Ah, haha! My mod's jumping in the fray. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Let's go. No, you did not miss anything. I'm about to read for I Love Robots. Hope the pup's doing okay. But yeah, I'm scanning the general vibe of a possible renter, as well as advice to keep in mind while looking for the ideal renter. Because I don't want to presume too much about this AD person. For getting it on the bonks. Alright, so got the Ace of Swords here, which already is a call for you to really, this is a time for you to really focus on your discernment skills at this time. Dogs be dogging. But yeah, Ace of Swords, so it really is a call. It really is a call for you to like pay attention to your discernment. But then also, I think this person could be a very discerning individual. So that's one thing that I can probably tell you about this person. Let's see what else we got. Six of Wands. That's a really good sign. Usually when I come across this card, it's usually about a sign of victory. Victory, success. So another thing that you may need to look into in terms of this person is how do they treat people, especially excuse me, especially when things go well, because there can be a tendency to forget to call back when things are going well. They kind of get lost. They kind of lose the forest for the trees in essence, and they get lost in like the self-importance to the point where they forget like who built them up to this point. Who builds them up to this point? How do they treat you? Considering that you're possibly providing housing for them. How do they treat service people? How do they treat their fellow tenants? Something you need to look into. But usually with Six of Wands, it's about victory or triumph. So, for all I know, this person also could be the one to get it. But let's see what the other two cards, what I got for you here, are. So we got Ten of Cups, which this to me kind of signifies happy ending, happily ever after. This is like the happily ever after card for me, social harmony. So things are looking really good with this person. Clearly, this is somebody who can get along with people, I think. Or you'll get along with this person, this tenant, really well, I think. This could go pretty well. There's could be a harmonious aspect that could come into your life here with this person. And then we got Strength. So, two-sided message here for this one. First off, to have courage as you go through this next adventure with your tenant, and to have calm composure, and most importantly, to have both hard and soft power. This person could have that already, could have have a great command command of their temper. So it kind of answered the question of the Six of Wands a little bit. But then also remembering that as you navigate this new tenant, that it's important to have an unshakable resolve, to have confidence that you will pick the right person that will fit into your community. Right? Because community has you and I in it. How do we find a way that all of us win? That's the crux of this matter, right? So, yeah, keep that in mind as you look through your tenant, and best of luck. But everything seems to be looking pretty good for you, actually, when it comes to your tenant. So I say take some time to get to know this person, and I think maybe seal the deal. But ultimately, trust your instincts, because I'm only one voice. So feel free to get a second opinion. Be it from anybody from my chat. Some of us are card readers here, so feel free to ask them. You can also, but more importantly, trust yourself. Trust yourself. You asked for a reason, so if you need a confirmation, this is it. If you need a second opinion still, go right ahead. I'm only one person, so hope that answers your question. I love robots, and best of luck with your apartment. With your tenant. All right, last but certainly not least, it can be developed. Learning the language of your instincts can be developed. So I say keep practicing. Some of us, it might be more literal. Some of us, it might be like a gentle whisper. Sometimes it can be an image. Take some time to learn the language of what your instincts speak. Because sometimes, most of the time, it's not like this. Like the literal thoughts that pop up. They do start from practice. Learning how they speak, it's practice. Even I'm constantly practicing just from pulling these. This is one part of my instincts for sure. It's a bridge, a phone line. Yeah, you learn, then you forget, and then you relearn it again. Beginner's mind. Exactly. So, Hyun, A buddy, old chum, old friend of mine. My elementary school teacher used to say that. It's your turn. Oh, chakra checkup. Whee! Okay. And it reminds me, I need to put the listing on for my coffee. Thank you so much for reminding me. I have a certain image that I want to do too. I think it's the other reason why I'm taking a little bit to put it up. But you want a chakra checkup? Okay. Been a hot minute since I've done one of these. I'm super excited. Okay. So I've done this a few times on camera, but for those who are new to the chakra checkup, so I have these beautiful chakra colored stones here, my pendulum and my crystal. Which reminds me, there was one person that came onto the stream last week. They haven't shown up yet. So I'm going to see maybe if they show up tomorrow during my my Oracle forecast / Seer Sunday. I think because I kind of made it a habit to do a Seer Sunday whenever Seer Saturdays go wrong. Maybe I'll add on to it this time and just make it like an official thing. What do y'all think? But anyway, there's one person that wanted a pendulum read. But yeah, chakra checkup. So essentially, sometimes I do like pulls of like the stones individually. Like if like I have to like pull out like what it is going on first, and then I can like look more deeply to see like what's going on. But yeah, just energetically already, I'm feeling a bit of sacral and throat blockage just from talking. There's a bit of throat and sacral blockage from what I can feel already. But let me just pull to see to confirm. A little bit of heart too. Sometimes I pull out like a little bit like loose like this. I'm just thinking up here and down sacral, but then we'll do a proper scan here too. So I pull out all the stones. This is the one downside of my current setup. Unfortunately, I don't have a second camera here that I could just like hook up and show you what I'm doing. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it, or take my visuals for it, so to speak. Eventually there will be a second camera that I'll be able to put on here, but for right now you're just gonna take my word for it. So I have this piece of selenite. This one I don't have to cleanse. I could just like take that, get the energy of the queerite, and then lay it out on like each stone, and then I'll find out for sure what's going on inside. And Messa, thank you, Kel. Y'all are sweethearts. Thank you so much. Thank you. And in exchange, I will tell you about the ritual I attended during Between the Worlds Sacred Space. But let's get Hyun a little chakra checkup today. Okay. So we have some throat stuff. We got some sacral stuff. That's just from feeling it already. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could totally do a report for you for that too. Okay. Make sure you fill out the form as well. I think I put the form on the order sheet. Fill out the form about what you want me to like think about while I pull, and then I'll go ahead and do that. It shouldn't take too long for that one. It's technically not my work day, but I'll go and do it. But anyway, Hyun's chakra checkup. All right, show me yes. Thank you. Show me no. Thank you. Show me recalibrating. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, for Hyun's root chakra, is their root chakra open? That is a yes. Pretty strong one, too. Thank you. Okay. Is Hyun's sacral chakra open? It is, according to the pendulum. That's interesting. It is open. Thank you. I lost my arm for a second. But yeah, it's open. And yet I felt something going on there. I don't know why. Let's go through the rest. Let's go through the rest of it. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Is Hyun's solar plexus chakra open? It is. Okay, thank you. Oh wait, nope. It's recalibrating. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So maybe the feeling was more, there was kind of an excess energy for the sacral, and then solar plexus is kind of trying to compensate for that. That's my one theory I've got here. But let's check out the rest of them. Heart, how's it doing? Okay. That will explain the heart pull. Thank you. That will explain the heart pull. There is a closure. But let's confirm that it's a closure, right? Is it recalibrating? That is a no. Okay. Is it closed? Is her heart closed? Is their heart closed? Yep, we got a heart closure here. Oof. Okay. Alright. Let's check on the throat here, because I did feel something there too. Is Hyun's throat open? It is. That is interesting. It is open. Thank you. Okay. I got the message. Okay. All right. Third eye, how's that doing? Is that open? That is a recalibration. Very strong recalibration. Okay. Thank you. And finally to the crown. Is Hyun's crown open? Okay, thank you. All right. So there's a recap. So here's what we got. So we've got a recalibration of the solar plexus, a heart closure. I think it was a heart closure and a third eye recalibration. Everything else is open. But yeah, let's see what could be going on here. for the internets. Okay. All right. So here's what we got here. So, in terms of heart chakra closures can manifest as difficulty in forgiveness, lack of self-love, grief, loneliness, fear of betrayal. And physically, it can manifest as tightness. And it can also be lack of forgiveness as well. But also lack of joy, too. So, bringing ourselves to open our hearts, it's important that you give yourself compassion for whatever expectations you might have, to be gentle with yourself when you're trying to meet them. Have compassion for yourself, and most importantly, remember that, I mean, you've told me this as much several times in my life, that remember that we're human. And let's see what we got here. Healing a blocked heart chakra. There we go. The heart chakra begins and ends with love, and that's exactly where we start, according to Make Mindfulness Fun. Self-love is the foundation on which you're building loving relationships with others. And then we got a third chakra recalibration, a solar plexus chakra recalibration, and a third eye recalibration. So let's see. So let's see how we can fix that. How we can help it make some progress. Obviously, first off, make sure the lower ones are grounded first. Like make sure they're fixed first. Like not fixed, but like make sure they're okay first, which the lower ones are good. Like the root especially is pretty strong from what I could tell. So that's good, because that should make it easy for the upper ones to, do well. So that's the first part. But in terms of the recalibration of the third eye and the solar plexus, to help with the recalibration, according to multi-dimensions, okay, that's a little confusing. Let me see if I can find another source here. So hold on. Thank you for entertaining my research. My research. Y'all are amazing. Okay, there we go. So, if you've been on the brink of like burnout, because I know especially that you've been, that you've been applying for a lot of like universities and stuff lately. I think this is why like solar plexus might be important to look at. So 12 ways to help heal your solar plexus that could help things move along. Doing things that make you feel brave. Explore the fire element. Set some goals. Make sure you rest. Especially if you have a tendency to feel as if you have to do more in order to feel fulfilled. But I think like pretty much everything was I think pretty much everything is basically saying take it easy on yourself. Like that seems like everything I'm pulling with the chakra checkup. And I love this song actually. One song that this blog Making Mindfulness Fun recommended is the song On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons. I play it every time it's my birthday on TikTok. For those who have been on my channel, I love this song so much. So check that out. And then third eye is like the seat of our intuition. That's been recalibrating as well. So to help with the recalibration of that, there's 4 ways they recommend it. Recommend that you open that up is to visualize. Take a time to get to know your life. Remember that you are the hero of your own story. And you don't have to just narrow yourself down to one thing. Have some things to work together. So here's another one. Have things work together. So in addition to maybe setting an intention, also have a vision for said intention, how it could look like, how it could feel, and that could set a foundation as to how you could be successful at it, as well as combining intuition and wisdom. Because again, I've always believed in collaboration, not just one superseding the other. Like I said, I go to a Reiki practitioner and I also go to my GP. Spiritual checkup, physical checkup. Collaboration makes the dream team. So, yeah, that's what I got. So overall, I think it's overall trust, like reestablishing trust in your gut. In your gut instincts, both down here and up here. And I'm also feeling reestablishing a sense of trust too. That's the big thing, like be it self-trust or trust in other people. And it's not an or in this case, it's an and. Reestablish trust in yourself and especially in other people. That's again, there's a you and I in community, so I just work together. So with that, we have pulled our final pull of the day. Let me close off the queue for the night, so that way we don't get flooded. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. Yeah, Kel, did you want to do your 1-card pull live, or did you want me to do it as a report? Because you did buy it as a report, I think, unless it's a donation. Let me double check. One moment, please. Because depending on how you bought it, that kind of impacts how I deliver it. Okay, so you just bought it as a donation. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay, so it's a little different. Okay, got it. All right. So it is a live thing. Okay. So, yeah, that's another way you can do it. All right. Here we go. All right, Cal. One card reading from Bastet. And since you got it, because I do have a one card listing as well. So that's why I was like, wait a second, did you buy a listing? Did you buy a card reading from me? Because like there is a listing for that, for one cards as well. But since you donated it, that works too. That works too. I mean, I can totally do it here as well. And I will also, since you also asked, I will also tell you the Bastet ritual that I talked about earlier from Between the Worlds for a little bit. But let's see what message that Bastet has for you. Got the 9 of Wands. So traditionally, gonna get a little bit more intuitive here and see what else pops up. Excuse me. All right. So, the 9 of Wands. Typically, I tend to see that as like the steps towards the campaign towards victory card. That one last push before the reward, the success, the change that you need in order to be successful in this life. And I'm feeling that Bast is telling you that like whatever you've been working on up until this point, you're really close. You are really close. You're really close to what you want to fulfill. You're super close. And at this point, you need to follow the momentum of what it is that you are passionate about and the mission that you need to do. Because you already know what you need to do. At this point, you just need to allow yourself to go for it. And trust that you can do it, because you absolutely can. And let's see what else we got here. Oh, excuse me. Card description includes vigilance. Keep strength in reserve and always be prepared for every eventuality. Retain a core of power. And even more importantly, know what that inner strength is. But clearly, I think she has a confidence in you. She has a confidence in you that you can do it, I think. Otherwise, I don't think she would have been so blunt of like, you're close. You know what to do. You got this. You have the information. You just need that one last push. One last push and you're there. We got a lot of cat people in this house. Got a lot of cat people. There you go. So, okay. CMYD. You want a card? All right. I'll pull you a card. But I did promise Kel a story, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell that one real quick, and then we will get to your one card pull. So yeah, I think it was around the last day of the convention, I believe. Yeah, Evelyn can feel free to correct me if you remember, because I mean, but there was a Bastet ritual, led by a priest, part of the Assembly of the Sacred Wheel, and so he set up this ritual where he had like bowls of stones for each of the elements, and set in the middle, and then had us pick one to focus our intention in and what we were concerned about. Then we pick up an Ankh at the Bastet altar, and we basically hold it to ourselves until we felt healed, fulfilled, got a message, etc. And then we set it down. I don't remember if I wrote anything down from that ritual or not, but I felt like I got answered when the priest came back around with our amalgam of stones in the middle. And then we pick up a stone, and that stone was basically the answer to our question. And I got this one. It's really pretty. I don't think the camera's going to do it justice. It's really pretty. But yeah, this is kind of what incentivized me to actually get Luna, which is like a silver obsidian. That's silver obsidian. The greenstone, I have no idea what it is, but yeah, this one is actually silver obsidian, like silver sheen obsidian. Because there's gold sheen obsidian, this is silver sheen obsidian. And then this one, I have no idea what stone it is. I've been trying to figure it out what it is. To this day, I still don't know what it is. I need to go to like my local metaphysical shop to figure it out. But yeah, I think it's the other name for it. But yeah, like the stone shop where I got it from, I mean, it's not show again, this camera is not giving it justice, but it's silver sheen obsidian in terms of the official name of it. But yeah, the stone that I got, I mean, clearly, I think the signal for me with the green stone that I got from the Bastet ritual, it was a call for me to like, oh, there's no sheen on it though. That's the thing. Yeah, there's no sheen on it. That's interesting. It's called Falcon Eye. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Thank you. I'll look it up afterwards. But yeah, I got this stone, and I kind of feel like if it was like a call for, it was kind of a reminder of I can always bring whatever I visualize down to earth, because like I picked up like a yellow stone for my question, and then I got a yellow, and then I held up the blue. That's what I initially guessed. I initially guessed it was nephrite or like a moss agate. That was my guess initially, but I definitely need to go to a metaphysical shop and get a second opinion, because I'm not sure what it like. I'm sure, but it could be a nephrite. Come to think of it, which is kind of funny considering like Nephri's one of my favorite war generals from Sailor Moon. But anyways, yeah, it kind of looks like it felt like as if it was kind of a message to me to like remember like the things that I had learned in that conference till that point, that like it's a reminder that magic is real. That this stuff that like the sometimes the most incredible things can be very, very true. So that's what it taught me. I still need to look up the meaning of the stone, but I found it really cool. Oh yeah, with Sistrum too. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, I've worked with Bastet for a little bit. Like, not like full-on work with her, but I've had like interactions with her once in a while. I think it was like since like before Black Panther, like in 2017, 2018, I've had like interactions with her in my dreams. Now, granted, most of the interactions I've had with her were like more of the statuary kind. Like the statues that you often see associated with Bast. But I've seen her. I've seen her quite a bit. And that was like the first time like I actually like more directly worked with her, which is interesting. So, tell me your daddy in terms of your one card pull. Ooh, itchy nose. We got the Three of Wands, which is a call for you. One piece of advice that I'm pulling from here is a call for you to look out at your horizons and look at everything the light touches, because it is your kingdom. Except for the Lion King, but seriously though, it's a call for you to explore your horizons and boldly go where you haven't gone before, to borrow from Star Trek. I am in a very nerdy mood today, clearly. Yeah, this is you, CMYD. It's a call for you to take a long view and also take charge of your destiny. That's what I'm seeing. Take charge of your destiny, Ops, because there's a lot. The world's your oyster. Go explore it. See what's out there for you. Take a look. Examine it with open eyes. All right. So, with that, truly, I think I'm definitely going to close up the queue here. But it was good. Nice. Your animal form's a panther. That's cool. That's awesome. But yeah, with that, I think we can officially close off the queue and end our night tonight. It feels good to be back here doing these streams with you. I hope y'all enjoyed the new setup. I know, again, not as HD as I did with the Mac right now, but we will work on that. Yeah, I guess perfect timing too. I need to eat something because like I'm starting to feel it. But anyway, next time on my stream, tomorrow, we will do our Oracle forecast to prep for the work week. And then since I got this functioning, I'm thinking getting the PC games back on here, starting off with a game that I've wanted to play on the stream for a long time, Stronghold 1. It is a city builder / real-time strategy taking place in medieval times. I grew up with this game, and Firefly Studios released an HD version a while back. So I really wanted to play. I really want to play that on stream again. It's on stream. It's something that I really want to do on stream for a little bit. I didn't know how to do full screen streams until recently, so keep an eye out for that. That's coming soon. And then Friday, if the Wi-Fi is back up, we will continue with Sonic Mania Plus. If my regular Wi-Fi is back up. If it isn't, we'll figure out something else. I do have a few other games downloaded on this computer, so we'll figure that out. And in terms of IRL, the charity of the season is the Foundation for Women's Health, which right now is doing a collaboration with the actress Lupita Nyong'o to improve fibroid treatments for women in AFABs all over the globe. So feel free to look it up and look up her initiative for more information. In terms of IRL stuff, tomorrow, shout out to Evelyn Rose, again, there is going to be a rebrand party for this local place in Newark, Delaware called Little Treasure Shop. They're having a party, so because they're also adding a gallery space in there as well. So if you want us to go support local businesses as well as a fellow card reader, please check out that shop. It's happening tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'm hoping to catch a little bit of that. So like for those who are local to the tri-state area, hopefully you get to see Evelyn Rose in real life. She's a really awesome tarot reader, so go support her when you can, and also get some good food in the process too. There's gonna be food. In terms of online, we're having our Discord listening party also tomorrow afternoon, 2:45 Eastern Standard Time. And so here's what's gonna work. So we're gonna share. So what we're gonna do is in the chat we're gonna like share some names of tracks, and we'll do kind of like a playlisty kind of deal where we're kind of round robin the tracks, and depending on like who recommended it, we can like tell stories as to like why the track was important to you or why you felt inspired to listen to it, etc. Share that. And if there's a content advisory like topics or language, etc., please include that as well, because there might be people who might be more sensitive and might need to like listen to a censored version of the track. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun tomorrow with some music. And finally, everything goes according to plan, which so far a lot of things have been this year. I'm pretty impressed, but knock on wood, because I mean I might have jinxed myself just from saying that. But anyway. Things go according to plan. Hopefully sometime soon. Originally, my Twitch royalty was supposed to go towards this, but that had to be put on hold for a little bit. Things go according to plan. I should be seeing Queen Herbie in Philly on August 1st after my study abroad program. So if y'all want to hang out with me for a little bit and listen to the tracks that I've been pulling for the past few months from my Queen Herbie Oracle deck, see her live. See her, Thought Squad, and Beautiful Chorus live in the same venue. Check her out. Her tour is being sold out bit by bit, so this, like, if you want to see her live, this is the time to do it. And tickets are pretty affordable too, thankfully, for an act as prominent as her. So go check her out. QueenHerbie.com. Not sponsored by her in any way, shape, or form, but I love her music so much, and so I've been trying to share it. Like, I've been sharing it for a while. It's been kind of like my personal gospel over the past several years, and she recently celebrated the 15th anniversary of the cover that made her and her husband famous, "Look at Me Now" by Busta Rhymes. She redid it this year. Go watch it. She even pulled out the same, they both pulled up the same outfits they did in the original video. And I think it's just a newfound confidence that she has with this version of that she did. It's just so awesome. Highly recommend it. So anyway, here's where you can find me outside of this channel and within it. I have Blue Sky, which I forgot to update for this stream. I forgot to do Blue Sky when that was going live. But anyway, I got Blue Sky, I got Discord, I got TikTok, I got Twitch. I got a YouTube channel. This is backed up on there. I've got another YouTube channel, which I'm planning on using it as a vlog channel, called Theological Otaku. Vimeo will have the more HD stuff, and I have a Substack called The Third Nerd, thirdnerd.substack.com. And like I mentioned earlier, I have a coffee shop. If you want to buy some readings from me firsthand, coffee.com/Tonders. I am planning on putting a discount code for Beltana coming up, aka Mayday. So keep an eye out for that. New discount code. And finally, this episode was filmed in the homelands of the Nanticoke and Lenape peoples. If you want to find out some more information about indigenous homelands, maybe ways you can contribute to the project, visit native-land.ca for more info. So with that, I am happy to say that we have finished our first stream with our new PC. We had a little bit of a snafu with the Wi-Fi for just a moment, but thankfully, for the most part, it went pretty well. I'm so happy to be back streaming with you guys live like this. So please feel free to come back tomorrow. But until then, please stay safe. Please have fun. Please remember to have fun. And as always, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. And for those who are jumping on, for those who are on Twitch, living Twitch, please stand by for a raid. Let's see who we got. Is Jasky online? No, she isn't. But Blue Scooty is rehearsing for Tetris, so I will send you over to Blue Scooty. He is practicing for the Classic World Tetris tournament. He's the one who basically managed to beat the game in its original iteration. So go check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. But for those who are on YouTube, this is the end of the video. Till next time, I will see you later. Bye.